Morning guys, welcome to the stream. It's Thursday. We're getting closer to Friday, which is always good. Lord of the Glade. I don't know if the Desert of Araby here provides us with anything. It says it does, so next turn I'm going to recruit a Lord and just send them over there to occupy it before Arkin does. But just going through it here briefly, catching up from last time, we're sending Mannfred over here to the east to deal with another Cetra rebellion, and then also Malagor decided to declare war on me. So it kind of gave us an excuse to finally come up here, and then we have this Lord here, which we do need to move yet this turn, dealing with the Lizardmen that attacked us. And I think we were waiting to use the Blood Kisses for either the Winds of Magic, but probably the Control, to be honest. Probably the Control. And then we're kind of done with that bloodline for a while. That one's basically done to the very end. This one's actually, I would argue, is one of the better ones now. The Supreme Wizards. But let's see, where do I want to go with him? This is the army that I wrecked last time, right? Yeah. Good. And yeah, Kairos declared war on us, so we need to deal with him too, sooner rather than later, so he doesn't constantly keep doing the changing of the ways on us. Get that up to tier 2, that way we can build walls here. It is upsetting that when it goes to tier 2 you don't get 3 slots, you only get 1. Let's check items. Do we have any new ones? I guess give him some weapon strength. But no. Alright. Haven't really been too lucky in the campaign so far with items. But let's come. Just stay in our territory, that way if they come and attack me, it's fine, but they're not going to replenish because of the vampiric corruption, which is good. But let's move on. I do, obviously, if you can tell, I have my lights off today in the room. We got light bulbs, and they're like this. Oh wow, he came back fast. It's like the very high strength light bulbs, and so it's very, very bright in here. Almost blinding with them on. Yeah, I don't want to fight that. Feeling sort of lazy this morning, so hopefully that doesn't come to bite us in the ass later on.
Speak thy insults.
That's fine. Oh, they're already on their way. That's interesting. Oh. Okay. Alright, well, let's recruit a Xandri. Get you walls. Good. That's all good for money. And then it's 2 turns. Alright, just get here as fast as we can. If he blows up Qatar, that's fine. So let's just take the money back from that. He's not going to need it. Yeah, these garrisons here will be fine against this. I really don't want to keep... Like, the game kind of makes you deal with Siege right away. No, because Tic-Tac-Toe will declare war on you. And then you'll meet Cinch, and then he'll just declare war on you. That's happened in each playthrough I've done of this campaign, too. It's not a, oh, he might declare war on you, he might not. It's, he does every single time. As soon as he meets you, he basically does. Alright. Yep, missile resistance would be good for him. And then, yeah. Actually, missile resistance would be good. But then, just make our army stronger. Is there a siege? Still no siege attacker. Anywhere. Yep, that's fine.
My will alone.
It's all about getting that bloody trait. This is pretty good for even like 70, you know, dark magic. Skeleton Spearman, pretty freaking good. It's just that the zombies have so much more health and resistances. Alright. They're probably on their last, yeah, okay. Good. What can we do diplomatically?
This night.
No, because I want to declare war on them eventually.
You dare.
Mortal, I despise no furs. No deal unless profit for me.
What?
He'll like the fact that I'm about to dump on Thoric, so that's okay. We got to be close to the short-term objective by now. Yeah. 14 more settlements and we'll get 15% casualty replenishment rate, which is very nice. And let's move on. Okay. Yeah, I can't win that. It's fine. Maybe that's what spurred him to declare war on me, was me occupying that. Nope. Because I want to take that from him. Who blew that up? Buildings, +1. Oh, right here. Okay, okay. Well, good. That made it easier on me then.
This better be important. Move.
Come down here in ambush stance. Growth would be good. And talk. Okay. Ooh, we need money for this settlement, which I can't reach there this turn anyway, but he shouldn't come and attack me because it's technically like a locked faction, I believe. Wouldn't be the worst idea for walls. I also wouldn't mind getting Graveguard and testing them out. Yeah, I want to test out some Graveguard. Could definitely build walls. But Yeah, I want to try them out. Alright, that'll be good for some money. Good for growth. What else can I do? Plain of Tuskers. Yeah, more growth would be good. Okay. Alright. I want Mannfred in here to gain some experience from it. Huh. I guess take the experience. Good. Alright. Take him off the horse. He don't need no horse. Good. Actually, Master of the Undead is good. Yep. Start working towards Arcane Conduit, excuse me. He's basically done. That is something that's quite alarming, is that they have not reworked any of the hero skill trees. You know, we have 50 points to spend. I've spent not even half, and I'm already halfway through the skill tree. So, where can he go? Alright.
Not possible.
Heroes. Knowledgeable. Nope. Don't want that one. Okay. So what are we getting? He's providing 9. It should be 8. Okay, so then yeah, we don't need more replenishment in his army. Welcome guys to the stream. It's good to have you here. This will help a lot as well. But we really just need to catch Malagor. So depending on where he goes, may recruit a lord basically just to bait him. Got myself some more coffee. Okay. Okay. That's what he wants to do, that's fine. Good. 14 units. And that's my... and it has walls, okay. He does have a siege attacker, though. Now I have a decision to make. Oh, Thoric's really expanding far. So is Khorne. I can recruit a lord. And give him a bunch of regiment, or not regiment of renown, but garbage, basically. If he attacks me, I can definitely beat that. Definitely beat that.
The true Cast iron. Intriguing play.
I wonder if I just...
Ready.
Because he can hop probably to like over here. But I want to be able to catch him. So if he attacks me here, that's fine. It's definitely fine. Ah, shit, I need to free up money. Anywhere can I free up money? No. Okay. Well, shit. In that case, am I selling all the dye? Yep. Do money. It's growing fast enough.
Now, I relish the opportunity.
Good. Alright. We'll just siege it for now and just look around and make sure. Ah, there he is.
Is not that time.
Alright. Well, the good thing is if he's up there, he's not down here. Good. They're dealt with.
My bloodline calls. What?
Yeah. I really don't want him to attack that.
Not you.
But, yeah, if he's up here, he's not down here with his settlements. He's got one... I mean, he has 5, but I'm trying to see where they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Not bad. Valiant defeat. Can we win this? Problem is obviously their missile attack. And Kairos can pop down Infernal Gateway. Yeah, I can't win this. It's the second time that thing's been blown up. God damn it. See what Malagor does. Got him. Fuck you, Dave. Well, recruited that army essentially for no reason, but better safe than sorry. Yeah, welcome guys to the stream. Holy cow! I apologize. It's dark behind me, but that's leadership's actually. Ooh, there we go. We fixed the light bulb in the room here, but it's just very bright. So I turned it off for that reason. It was just very bright and blinding. So I do apologize. There's Thoric. Wow, they're coming to attack me now. Alright, well, force march there.
We will clash.
Good.
Darkness comes.
Alright, what does he need now? We got a lot of points to use yet. Can make that cheaper. Anything in here that's good? No. Go down his melee line. Alright. He's on the unholy lodestone. Good. So that'll provide heals. Good. Then he needs to be on the balefire one. And then he can be just on the regular one. Yep. Okay, good. Good stuff.
I grow impatient. Deliver it to me. What do you want?
This is where he starts. Yep, let's get rid of them. Start down here and get rid of them. Yeah, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you guys have not already. I appreciate all the support, guys.
It is night. Grave times. Bring me flesh to craft.
Get rid of you. Black Tower of Arkan right here. Okay, what do we need? Wow, some of the buildings make some... I mean, obviously not a lot of money, but they make money kind of like Skaven. I didn't realize that. Vargeist wouldn't be bad. Karn Wraiths. These would actually be really useful for... they have magical attack. And armor piercing. More necromancers would always be good. Do money and growth. Good. Let's move on. Commandment. Growth. And control. What do we get? Weapon master. It's not great. Not bad either. Good. That'll help with public order for the time being. Alright.
You ruffle feathers.
It's definitely getting interesting. I know it's the third stream of it already, but since I'm not able to stream as long as I probably would have liked, you know, we just may end up having more live streams of it just because it takes a little longer to kind of get there because I'm only streaming for like 3 hours at a time. I need him to take that. good. Walls. Where are you freaking going? Not letting you take anything.
Seeking prey.
Unwise.
Bring the night. To the shadows. Bugger off. It is night.
Yeah, if I attack him, I won't replenish at all.
I abhor that notion.
But he could also launch the attack, and he could besiege, reinforce the siege, and I still wouldn't gain any replenishment. Good, that'd be good for money. And then you...
More sleep shines.
No siege attackers anywhere.
Cannot manipulate me. March. We are in agreement.
That's baffling. But that's okay. Let's see. I think we have to launch the attack on him.
Move. We shall rise. This night. Fight.
Do you take me for a wazzock?
Thus was my plan.
I didn't have enough movement to get there.
He's unthinkable.
I mean, if he attacks me, this is not a dangerous army to deal with. At all. Thork's kind of tanky. What's he got? Yeah, he's fairly tanky. But we'll see what they... If they attack me over the end turn, I'm not too worried about it. Alright, what's he... He just became a Lord of Change. He's got some really good abilities. Does he... Okay, so he's got Searing Doom. And the Golden Hound ability. Okay. But I think I know a way around all that. The problem is we don't have magical attack. He's got 30% physical resistance. Okay. So I think then he is going to be a big chunk of their balance of power, but we try and kill their army. And then see if we can get the army losses on the Lord. I am glad to see, in terms of like loading stuff like this, and the crashes I've had, it's not just me. And watching Radiant Ash's video, where, you know, it was like the yes or no video on whether or not, you know, the game was going to load or just crash on her. So I'm glad it's not just my computer, you know, that it seems to be more with the game and not just myself personally. We do need to be careful though, because, you know, a few spells from him and it could destroy our entire army. The Searing Doom I'm not worried about, really. It's the Golden Hounds. The Searing Doom would get blocked by the trees, but the Searing Doom obviously would not. Or the Golden Hounds would not. So I don't want to blob up
Tonight I feast.
The problem is I
Necromancer.
need to stay fairly spread out. While also being in the trees. So I wonder if doing almost like a staggered formation. Kind of like a very weird looking why can't I think of it? Holy shit. Checkerboard. Holy hell. Words are hard today. That way the Golden Hound ability won't be able to really do anything. And he has an Aura, as well as the Unholy Lodestone. So obviously it won't be able to affect everybody. But some is better than none. Plus, since they have the range advantage, I doubt they come and attack me. I imagine they'll sit... Oh, they did it. Okay. That's new. Usually the AI is fairly passive.
When you have fallen down sound, swiftly. Wolf's Clay, with haste. Pennsylvania, swiftly.
He's casting a lot, that's for sure.
I'll have their blood. With haste.
Just kidding.
Swift.
Just kidding.
All that breathe shall die. With haste. Feel the night. Swiftly. Give them death. Rip their foes out. With haste. I am your master now.
Once we're in the... oh, shit. Keep going.
Compliment ye come, beast. I spoke the black tongue. Nergas, Talis, Harimus, Talzo, Bullshade. Swiftly. Yes, heard the cat.
Good. Good. Swerve.
With haste.
Not bad. Got a lot of kills.
Yes, blood. Undead descendant.
Now.
Night has fallen. Swiftly.
Just stay in the trees, though, is the biggest thing.
Necromancer.
I thirst. Undead descendant. With
Good,
haste.
good, good. It's looking alright.
In my fall.
A lot of their shots are being blocked by the trees, which is good.
Corpse cart.
Oh, shit.
With haste.
Vampire Lord. All before me will perish.
Necromancer.
Rip their souls out.
Good. It bounce powers, excuse me, slowly coming into my favor. Good.
Still my beating heart. Serve my will.
So I just had to take a drink of coffee quick. Alright. Alright.
I am eternal. Swiftly. Now,
Necromancer. Now, with haste.
Nope. And you just stay here and heal them. Good.
Vampire Lord.
Good stuff.
Yes. Night comes.
I don't know if the AI still has essentially infinite magic.
What?
Just let our magic generate here for a little bit. The thing is, it's just zombies. Alright, you. I don't want you to actually be in melee. Good. 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 What do they have left? So this army, or these units here. And then the Lord. Which, he's going down. Slowly but surely he's going down. Good. Alright, just surround him. Good. That actually definitely hurt him more than it did me. Alright, you just stand around though. And he should... Yep. He's slowly going down. It's all that freaking physical resistance helping him out. There we go. $154 kills, damage dealt 15,000, damage value 47. Oh, that's funny. Good. Everything should be healing as well. Good stuff. Say they're regenerating faster than they are crumbling. Nope. Okay. Oh. Get out of there. Get out of here. Get out of here. Stay in the trees. Stay in the trees. Let them come to us. Good. The only bad thing is now his barrier's been replenished, but welcome guys to the stream. It's good to have you here. Chat's been quiet today, but I do appreciate you guys lurking and watching. So thank you guys. I think that was the army losses. Good stuff. And we lost a couple of crap units. Good stuff. Did more damage in terms of total value than I thought. But heroic victory will be really nice for the experience here. We lost 2 units of zombies. A lot of the units they ended up killing were all of the zombies I spawned. Which that's, you know, going with the zombie, even the skeleton spearmen and warriors, but obviously the zombies help. But you know, with units like pink horrors, even blue horrors, especially the flamers though, like they're just wasting their balance of power by shooting into those units. So maybe I should turn the light on. I don't know. Probably would be a good idea to take replenishment. We should get quite a few Raise the Dead options. It's wow, Crown of Command. Yeah, take the replenishment. But that's probably his other army outside of Kairos himself. I would imagine other than that, it's nothing. Oh, okay. That works for me. Oh, he's dead. Why? Why would he do that? Why would you put him there? Oh well. Easy experience. Tier 4, please. Now he's got me in a pickle. Bagar is definitely worth more. Alright, well, let's take off our research, because we can get students, as it turns out.
This was my plan. Why?
It's fine.
The true Von Karstein. An intriguing play.
It's going to take forever to get up there with this frickin' corruption everywhere. I don't know.
Bring the night. I will alone.
Get Arcane Conduit first. Let's see. Oh, he can be my siege attacker. Duh. Duh. Just pop him on his dragon.
Good. This will do. Destroy.
I'm fine with that. Saves me from having to do a siege and loot and occupy. It's gonna revolt anyway because of the corruption. Unholy lodestone. Balefire gives them magical attack, right? Yeah. So I'll take both. Good. Hey Jaden, how we doing? Both, technically. Dealing with Sinch because he's being a pain in the ass. While also preparing to try and move north to get rid of Malagor. The problem is we need to get rid of Malagor. Mannfred's just kind of we're not able really to expand north like I want because we have a bunch of like little things being annoying. Sinch is being a pest. The bowmen over Orion decided to venture out of their camp. And just kind of like roaming around my land. So I have to have this army here to kind of just deter him from trying to attack. And then Thoric is just sending some armies here and there. But with all the corruption, with Corn corruption and just Chaos corruption, it's putting a halt to expanding very quickly. How big? It's not really himself. It's just the corruption he brings. Is the big thing. Hey, Sedgwill, welcome to the stream, man. But yeah, we're dealing with Sinch. He should have 4 more settlements. Yep. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So yeah, it's not that I really want to fight him, or I never really wanted to fight him, but he declared war on me and kind of gave me no choice. So yeah, let's bump that up to tier 3. Deadhead Monolith, where are you? Money would be good. Growth there is fine. I will say, like, the base garrison you get to defend your cities for vampire counts has definitely been improved, but the wall building itself is still pretty bleh. I imagine he'll take the Plain of Tuskers or blow it up. Would be my guess. What's the plan? I mean, Malagor. Mannfred is still getting some levels up. Whatever. He's kind of like just holding the front line right now, while my other lord to the south here is wiping up Sinch. So basically, Mannfred is just putting out fires until we can get both of our armies up to the north. Sometimes it just depends on what I'm going up against. If it's mostly a melee army, then I don't have to do that as much. But Sinch has almost entirely a missile-based roster, so they would using the trees is definitely a bonus. But also just you can also pop down like zombies. Yeah, I saw that coming. Saw that coming. You can pop down zombies into their missile unit, so they basically stop firing because they're in melee. We'll deal with you, you piece of shit. He really needs to replenish. Good. This will help our balance of power too. Kimri's under no threat itself. It's just had to put out a fire with Thoric, which if Thoric comes down here, we'll be fine. Yep, that's good for money. What is this? Growth, immune to desert attrition, and sandstorm attrition. Alright, it's not too bad. I'll take that. It's just gonna take forever to grow, which is fine. Okay.
My bloodline calls. Darkness comes.
Oh, because I destroyed the building. That's fine. Sure, take some zombies. Why not? Fuck it. Don't tax it. Does it save us a turn? Yes, okay. Ooh, I need to build this. Stay in here for one more turn. Just to get the replenishment. I need to free up some money so I can start building walls there this turn. That is not necessary.
What do you want?
25. Someone can give me, surely.
I am ready. I'll have you speak now. Praise your gods. I like what you say.
Thank you.
You dare.
There. Surely. You're doing a airplane quote there, Cedral. Alright, well there's... Why? Why would you... Oh, the AI is stupid. Oh, the AI is so stupid. Like, this is absolutely nothing. Whatever. You know, whatever. And he's like, other than his initial province, he's like blown up a settlement, then occupied it, occupied another one, then blew it up, then blew it up. Like, he's just going all over the place. We'll bring Mannfred like through here and just clean up Thoric. Good. Vault of Nagash is slowly being built. More campaign movement range next turn will be nice as well. They do like to make funny army jokes. It's finally getting colder here again in Alaska, so I'm actually taking some coffee with me to work. It's supposed to be like mid-50s today with rain. It's getting to the point where I need to start wearing pants. Like, I shouldn't say start wearing pants. Wearing like jeans again at work. Yeah. It's not bad. Good. That's a good item. It's another good item.
Thine right is mine.
Give him the Armor of Fortune. Alright.
I'll take Sigmar's throne.
Can you... What is he recruiting?
Certainly not.
He's got to be doing it from global.
Look on me in despair. Their souls are mine.
Let's just blow them up.
I forbid this dance.
Alright, good. Do I need anything from this one anymore? No. That would be nice. This would be even better. Wow. Look at that. Barrier hit points and healing cap. Melee attack, upkeep. Alright. Maybe. Well, let's get some of the good stuff in here. Growth, income, vampiric corruption. All that good stuff. The game is... Yeah. I've been getting next to no items this campaign, which is very upsetting. Takwa. Are you under... You're not under any threat. Build. Actually do growth. Get that growing faster. Alright. Armies. You've been moved. You have not been moved. He's on his way to attack me. Oh, I can kill him. Please. Please. Vampires. What do you mean just by vampires, Jaden? Oh, sorry, I didn't. I went to move to New Orleans or Alaska. Alaska is gorgeous. It's also very expensive. You know what? Screw it. I'll turn the light on. You guys can see. There. You guys can see how bright it is in here. You can see my beautiful face now. But yeah, Alaska is very, very expensive. But also beautiful, so it just kind of depends. Did the game freeze? I think it did. I think my oh, there it goes. That was a good face freeze right there. All right.
The cattle rise against us. Corpse cat.
You don't need to be in the trees, but you know, every little bit will help because they do have the fire leech bolas for the pterodon riders. I wonder if there is a way to increase the speed of zombies because you can give them Vanguard deployment. Not that they obviously would be good in melee, but just when you do end up getting in melee, if
The summoning begins.
that way they could just get into the face of enemy missiles faster, basically. This is a good community, Jaden. I'd recommend it. If you haven't played Total War yet, I mean, there's sales from time to time. I'm just gonna let the magic generate here for a little bit. But yeah, I would, if you haven't like played any Warhammer yet, Jaden, and you're still, or are you talking about it like in real life? If you're talking about in real life, like here in Alaska, people are very, very friendly. I grew up in the Midwest, and so like growing up, I would always, you know, there's a joke being from the Midwest about being Midwest nice, and it's just people being very like overly friendly. You know, like really going, you know, out of your way to like help people, that kind of thing. Like really like above and beyond. Alaska's not to that point where, you know, they, you know, give you their car if you needed it, kind of thing. Not that Iowa would do that, or Missouri either, but people are very, very friendly up here. I don't know if it's just because it's Alaska and every town is fairly small unless you're in Anchorage, Juneau, or like Fairbanks. Like Fairbanks, for example, is a town of like 20 to, I think it's actually like 30,000 people, and it's like the third largest city in the state. It's either I think it's Anchorage, Juneau, and then Fairbanks. So I mean, like, it's a big city for Alaska, but it's still fairly small, and so a lot of people, you know, they come together, and with the winters being the way they are up here, everyone is just kind of like, it's just kind of a like, you know, we're all gonna go through it. We're all gonna have to deal with it together. So let's help each other out, kind of thing. Hey, Marcus, welcome to the stream, man. You did make it, yeah. I'm streaming really early during the weekdays. So I'll be streaming at least for probably another 2 hours today, at least. I started pretty early. You're about to see some lizardmen get popped. Which, if you... sadly, I gotta go. I got a busy day ahead of me, and I gotta get a head start on it, or I'll be behind all that. Hey, no problem, Cedro. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Yeah, the fact that Creative Assembly said they... thing works for me. Early works because I'm already at work. Hey, there you go, man. Sorry about that, guys. It just dropped there for, like, just lost my internet. Just cut out for a split second. Just refresh your browser and you guys should be good. A few more days and I won't have to stream at these settings anymore and deal with this crap internet. I'm still debating about upgrading it. It's just, I got some bigger expenses coming up, so I'm trying to hold off on it. But yeah, there are numerous like small towns here in Alaska. So if Fairbanks is still too big for you, you can find smaller. The only thing is with it being Alaska, the smaller town and the further out you go of, you know, Fairbanks, Juneau, Anchorage, that kind of stuff, the further away you are basically from humanity. Grocery stores, mechanics, that kind of thing. All of it is really centralized around, you know, the towns, bigger towns themselves. So it's really like the further out from the towns you go, the more it kind of becomes a look out for yourself kind of thing. There are numerous families in Alaska in general that will drive, you know, 45 minutes to an hour to get their groceries, like, for the month. You know, Costco is a big thing up here because in the wintertime, especially with the amount of snow that we get and everything, it's people, you know, buy in bulk. I've never seen it to this extent before, how much people buy in bulk. And it makes sense because it's Alaska, you know, like, it's not easy to traverse the winter time, like the winter months up here. It's really not. Also, coming to the game, the fact that they said Wind of Death is weaker, here, like, we obliterated their health points. They still have 120 units, yes, but I still did 20,000 damage. And if you've watched any parts of the previous streams, the Wind of Death is still really strong. Plus, it's cheaper. Like, even a basic lord can cast it for 16 winds of magic overcasted, so Wind of Death is still really strong. Marcus says, I feel you, but for me it's either new rig, heavy electricity, internet, food, or gas. Yeah. Well, for me, it's I have a child on the way, which, you know, so it's the internet would be nice, but I just want to have, you know, my wife and I just want to make sure we have enough. We don't want to be spending money on things we don't necessarily need. Hey, welcome, Free Water. I always got that gas. So you know, it's not that we couldn't afford it. It's just, you know, it's just like streaming services. Like, do you really, you know, need them if you have other bigger expenses, you know, that you need to take care of, kind of thing? So I definitely would like it. It's just got to be an adult or something like that, you know. Get fucking wrecked. How is everybody else in here hiding except you? Whatever. But yeah, welcome guys. Thank you guys for being here bright and early on this crisp Thursday morning here in Alaska. Thing around Halloween time was start a vamp. I recommend Mannfred, man. Like, I know Gorse, which I would imagine like stuff's gonna get changed. Like in the upcoming patches and whatnot, stuff's definitely gonna get tweaked, like 100%. You know. But with that being said, like Gorse obviously is really strong with zombies, but even with Mannfred's campaign, zombies are really good. But in general, I can't remember who it was on the stream yesterday, but they were talking about like vampire accounts being like their go-to faction, and you know, with Warhammer 2, like Skelly spamming was optimal in Warhammer 2 because how expensive your buildings were, but your building costs have been reduced. I think a lot of their buildings have actually been improved in terms of economic value. So, like, your construction costs are way down because of the melee changes in the game. Your melee units do better. So, like, Graveguard are really good. They've been also been given magical attack. I haven't started vampire accounts tonight, but should I before they nerf zombies? So I'm very unaware. Yeah. So basically. So if I pause it here, so zombies can get physical resistance, they get leadership, they get upkeep cost reduction, they get melee attack, melee defense, but the thing right now is in Gorse campaign, he increases their healing cap by like 500%. So essentially with 12,000 hit points, like to start off with, so they start off with over 12,000 hit points. So it's really not the fact that they dish out a bunch of damage. It's just that they don't die. Like, with Gorst, Gorst being a Mortis engine, when he's a Mortis engine, I think on turn 1, because he gets his corpse cart on turn 1. So it's not that zombies themselves, which, I mean, as you can see, I'm able to buff them by quite a bit in terms of their stats, because I think they start with like 8 and 9 melee attack and defense. So it's not that they're super strong at dishing damage, it's that they don't die. They have so many hit points, there's so many ways to generate health back and quickly. So, you know, it's just, they don't die, essentially. They have so much hit points. But I mean, but even with that, like, because they've reduced the cost of the construction buildings, like the construction cost building reduction, why can't I think of it? The supply lines. Yeah, it's like, it might be 200%, but it's either 200 or 500% of their healing cap. It's in Gorse's special, like, skill tree. Which, you know, a lot of things are going to be changed and nerfed. You know, I think the patches, or the next patch is supposed to come out on the 6th, I think. But yeah, they like the thing is, like, with the vampire counts, like, everything, you know, their faction just works a lot better now. Like, you can still you can still skelly spam. You can still skelly spam or go zombie spam if you want to. You can use Graveguard if you want to. You can use, you know, there's a lot of, you know, you can do everything. You're not limited to, you know, doing like skelly spamming just because it's free. So you can build your buildings actually and build your empire. Like, you can build everything, you know, in terms of armies if you want to. Like, you're just not restricted like you used to be anymore, which is obviously a good thing. I cast the wrong spell there. Yeah, it's not too far, but yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. Wow, thank you guys for popping in. But yeah, they're just, overall, I think the vampire counts are much better. They've done a really good job of adjusting the construction buildings not costing a fortune. With the melee, you know, rebalancing overall, it makes, you know, factions that rely on melee actually fun for me personally. So they've done a really good job. Hey, Spectre Man, welcome to the stream. It really depends on you, Jaden. If you're wanting for if you were to move to Alaska, which again, it's not as easy of a super easy process. It's very expensive just to get up here. Oh shit! I'm gonna hit my own units. But I mean, you could do. There's actually a town not far from Fairbanks called North Pole, Alaska. That's a smaller town. I mean, there are numerous like small towns. It just depends on what part of the state you would want to live. If Alaska is your choice, the further north you go, colder it gets. The further south you go. It actually becomes more like a rainforest. Juneau is actually technically a rainforest because of the amount of rainfall they get. Like, Juneau, for example, has a lot, like, very mild temperatures. And they get, like, 90 to 120 inches of rainfall a year. So they don't get as much snow as the north does, but they just get a ton of rain. Like, it's almost always raining in Juneau. Marcus says, now let me ask this because I think my dad has had this misconception his whole life. Do you still pay land taxes in Alaska? Yes. So I think I know what you're referring to. Yes, you still pay land taxes. You still pay taxes here in Alaska. But depending on how long you end up living here in Alaska, the government of Alaska does pay you to live here. I think you have to have lived in Alaska for at least a year, and then you basically have to fill out an application, and then also basically still proving that you plan on living here. So like you can't live here for a year and then like leave in a few months after that. And then, apply and be like, hey, pay me for living here that last year. It's basically you have to live here for at least a year and then have intent on living here after that, basically. So, like, my wife and I, we can apply for that. We actually could apply for that now because we've actually lived here for over a year. But we're also thinking of moving back next summer. It just kind of depends. So, like we could apply for it, but the fact that we aren't 100% sure that we're going to live here for less than another year, I doubt we would get technically approved for it. How nice are they? I would. I've never seen any issue with it. Like it's pretty. It's not like a. Overall, the state is conservative, but it really just depends, kind of the further out you go, of this towns. Like, think of it this way: like all the towns, cities in Alaska are very, kind of just in the middle. Like they're not extreme conservatives, they're not extreme liberals. But the further out you go into the wilderness, the more extreme conservative it gets. But I've never heard or seen of any issues of people having bad encounters. So good.
I will alone.
One thing that's also very different in Alaska is just how they handle. Alaska does have a very large. Why can't I think of it? Homeless population. But a lot of it. A lot of it is like the natives that from Alaska. It's just very different on how they approach homelessness as a state and as a whole. You're really gonna make me fight this again? Whatever. But kind of going back to how nice everyone is. Like everybody is very nice. Everyone is very like everyone always is looking out for each other, kind of thing. To a certain extent, because like right now it's already becoming colder. Like it's going into the stages of winter here. Probably within a month we'll have snow up here in Alaska. I think last year the first time it started snowing was like the third week of September, which today being September 1st and whatnot. Yeah, it's kind of like once the snow once winter starts here, it's kind of just alright, like everyone, we just got to get through this, just grin it and bear it kind of thing. But
Their time has come.
we don't really need to corner camp, but because I doubt they even get to us.
At once.
You serve me.
But I think, going back to your question, Marcus, I think it's a couple grand the government pays you. I think it depends too on your family and whatnot. If you're single versus having a wife or kids, that kind of thing. But yeah, you definitely eventually, if you stay up here, you can make money just for living here. Mainly because the reason they do that is not only to keep people up here, because it is a very beautiful state, but obviously being in my wife and I situation, being 3,600 miles away from family is a little rough at times. So it gives people, it encourages people to stay here, kind of thing. Does your job make you move around a lot, or have you just now found a comfortable spot to land? We came up here because my wife is going to grad school here in Alaska. So we came up here last year for that. But with getting married and having our first child on the way, we're wanting to move back just to the lower 48 just to be around family. So after, not this semester, but the spring semester, She should be able to do the rest of her grad school online. So that's why we're thinking of moving back, because we'll just be able to, you know, we don't have to be up here and we can be closer to family kind of thing. Alright, we should be fine to just Wind of Death these guys now. Did I just nuke their missile units? Screw them. Yeah, get wrecked. Get wrecked. He must have a gambler's armor. Or something. Because not the talisman or preservation, endurance, right? Can give him 8%. I think it's what can I think? The gambler's armor. I just said it. Alright. AI intelligence level 100. Hey, they went to death us once. Surely they wouldn't do it again. This is like breaking the Geneva Convention agreement right here. How do they even have a sliver of balance of power? Riddle me that. I don't understand. That was enough to get wrecked. Oh man, I was hoping their blessed cold ones would have stayed. Like, what do they think they have? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm thinking my next... I don't know what I'll do in terms of my next stream. Or, like, sorry, not my next stream, but my next campaign. Because I'm really having fun with this. Obviously, with shorter streams, I'm not able to play longer than I would like. But, you know, I probably should not miss my job. You know, because money is nice. I like money. But, because I would like to continue this campaign through the weekend, because it's just now getting, I think we're right around turn, like, 40. It's getting, like, a lot of stuff is happening now. So I don't want to quit the campaign in terms of streaming right before it gets good. So my plan right now is to continue this campaign through the weekend. And then on Monday start something fresh. And I don't know just yet what I want to do. Look. Zombies with 81 melee attack. But I'm thinking either Skaven, Lizardmen, or the Warriors of Chaos again. Honestly, I want to try Kolek after watching a Koi's video. Because that just looked funny. Medium casualties. Medium casualties here. Unreal. Game's stupid. But I would recommend Mannfred, Marcus, if you haven't played, and Freewater, if you guys have not played Vampire Counts yet. Mannfred's a really fun campaign. Vlad and Isabella, I played a few turns into a Vlad and Isabella campaign. Honestly, it's easy. It's so easy. Which, I mean, the first 10 turns are easy, which is what I did. But, I mean Immortal Empires. For Immortal Empires, play Mannfred. But it's just having a lord and a hero that can reduce winds of magic like that, or the lore of the vampires, and having access to both of their special skill trees, you know, right away, leveling up together. Like, it's just insane. Absolutely insane what they can do. Oh yeah, 100%. You'll have no issues. You'll have no issues
What do you want?
at all.
This suits my cause.
Alright, let's... Yep, make him a little stronger. Good, walls will be built there now in time. What can I build? That's fine. Yeah, you can upgrade that. And let's...
From the sands I shall strike at you and Neferata.
I don't know how they can use distance as a negative factor for trade agreements. Like, that does not make sense to me. Like, who cares if you're far away for a trade? Like, it's trade. Or, like, even, like, to be allies with someone. Like, what happens if, in this case, like, what happens if Kalita, who's over here, was also at war with Thoric? I'm on one side, she's on the other, and we could just sandwich them. But nope, distance from each other. Not a good strategic idea to encircle our enemies. So who has it? Is this double Sword of Cain time?
Your will.
Let's keep an eye. And there's Scarbrand again.
Fuel's rage.
Alright. He's just hanging out.
Welcome to my court.
No half measures. God damn it. Alright. Now quit. Really, like, it has not been a hard campaign so far, but all these little freaking, like, just annoying little pests that keep happening. Let's get another Lord going. Don't mind some Graveguard. I would like to check out the Karn race. Karn race, I feel like you can really buff them up. You get weapon or melee attack and weapon strength, but also the healing cap and the gain barrier in the tech tree. It'd be really nice. Let's Get rid of you. Throw in the Banshee.
Impress me.
Yeah, I imagine they'll change how passive the AI is in the next update. I imagine they'll crank that back up, which I'm fine with. You know, like I don't play on the extreme difficulties anyway, but I play on very hard, and I still would like more of a challenge from the AI. Like, to me, this is almost like a easy difficulty in terms of how aggressive they're trying to be. Like, they're just... Like, for example, Thoric. He declared war on me. This is what's happened with Thoric. He declared war on me in this stream so far. He sent a lord, like, hopped over from his capital area over here, hopped him over here, raided me for a turn, and then left. And then put a army, while Mannfred was sitting in Khemri, he put an army right here, where this, like, Raise the Dead icon showed up, in raiding stance with no reinforcements. And then I, like, hover over it, and it's, you know, the green bar is far to the right, and it was just an auto-resolve win. And then he hasn't attacked, you know, he hasn't done anything since. Like, that's something you would see the AI do on, like, easy or normal difficulty, just putting their, you know, their army in harm's way like that. You son of a bitch. At least it wasn't a different settlement. When did they do that? Did they do that this turn? Must have done it a turn ago. But yeah, we'll sack... We'll sack and occupy Orion's camp just for the little bit of money we'll get from it. You enjoying IE so far? I really do. I know a lot of people are frustrated with it. I don't blame them. I'm frustrated with some things. Like, but the thing is, like, with it being a, you know, beta, which, you know, is annoying on the fact that it is at that stage right now, but at the same time, like, we have to realize it is a beta, right? So things are going to change. It's not like it's a set, like, and that's what I keep telling myself, is that if it was just a Immortal Empires, like, here's Immortal Empires, and it was in this condition, then I would be, like, you know, a little more like, what the fuck, Creative Assembly kind of thing. But since we know things are changing, where it's at right now is good. There are some things like Legend found the hidden supply line issue for Khorne and Slanesh. Like that is frustrating, but that's an easy fix. You know what I mean? Like, it's not detrimental to the game. Like, there's nothing in the game, in my opinion, that is so awful that it's unplayable. And I think I'm, you know, not the only one that feels like that. You know, I think for the most part, you know, there things that are frustrating about it, 100%, but it's not. It is not like game ruining material in the game. It's more just like, really, like, they could have given it a little more, like, they could have looked at it and been like, okay, like, this shouldn't be happening kind of thing, but it is. So I'm really happy with it. I'm having lots of fun with it. I think, and it, oh wow, I can actually develop this. Cool. Just don't tax it. I think for me, which I really enjoy this aspect of it, and I know some people may not, just because they like things, you know. I see a lot of talk on streams and whatnot that they're upset that, you know, their faction got changed, or, like, for example, the vampire counts. A lot of people are upset that or were upset that, you know, skeleton spearmen were no longer free, that kind of thing. You know, like how, and knowledgeable got changed. You know, how are you ever going to play vampire accounts with those changes? And same thing with Skaven for me. Like, it's not that the changes are bad. It's just learning how to play that faction again. You know, and I enjoy that personally. You know, I have no problem with that. I think that's cool that they've done stuff like that kind of thing. Like I really want to play a Skaven campaign. Like I want to stream Skaven kind of thing. But you know, I'm still understanding, you know, how to generate a good amount of food. How to deal with the new legendary lord positions. You know how Sac cities are going to play more of a role, that kind of thing. I'm very much enjoying. Oh, sorry, Jaden. Yeah, I gotta just. My money's okay. You know, it's not great for turn 50. For turn 50, we got 19 settlements. It's not the fastest growing campaign, but we're doing all right. What have they changed? So, basically, kind of like what they did with experience. For example, like. If I go just zoom up here to Skaven Blight, right? So the days of like sacking Tabaro for like 8 food a turn are gone. Most battles you'll only get like 2 or 3 food for fighting a small like minor settlement, for example, a tier 1 will give you 2 food. And then, you know, if you sack it every turn, still only 2 food. So the amount of food you get for battles has been greatly reduced. So in my experience so far, I've got like just about 30 turns into a Clan Scryer campaign that I'm doing my own time. So far from what I've seen, the days of basically having too much food and never being able to spend food fast enough is gone. From what I've seen so far, it's not as much as where can I spend it, you know, because I need to spend it because I'm at max capacity. It's more about saving your food to spend it on settlements you specifically need. For example, so like Skaven Blight, I put to tier 4 at like turn 15. But Magrida, for example, was the first settlement I bumped up to tier 4. Tabaro and there's a settlement over here now. I can't think of the name of it. But I actually eventually occupied those at tier 1 and saved my food to bump up the capitals to tier 4. Because I didn't have enough food capacity to go up to tier 5 at that time. So like in a province, for example, like I've been leaving like 1 or 2 sack cities around just so I can put under cities there. So I'll generate like 1 or 3 food depending if I upgrade the food building in the under empire. So I, like for example, I had Tabaro and this settlement here as a sack city, and then bumped up Magrida to tier 4. Then occupied the settlement over here, bumped that up to tier 3. You know, then destroyed the under empire buildings to get a little bit of my money back, and then bump them up to tier 3. So instead of just like bumping up, you know, Magrida to tier 4, and the next turn bumping this settlement up to tier 3, you know, just ping-ponging, maxing out the settlements to their highest respective tiers. You just can't do that anymore, which is good. It's not that it's a bad thing, you know. It makes the food mechanic more valuable because you have to specialize where you're spending your food a lot more. You know, you have to be more particular where you're spending the food mechanic, which I think is a good thing. You know, I realize some people may not like that, but I really do, you know. It makes the food mechanic more valuable to the player. And so, like, I still really enjoy Skaven. I enjoy their mechanics. You know, I enjoy their units. It's just learning how they've changed in Immortal Empires and, you know, in Warhammer 3. Alright. Can take this. Yeah, it's a zombie unit. Who cares? Good. We got a student.
You dare
Where are you? Which for me, like, I know some people won't enjoy that as much, but for me, that's fun for me. Like, I enjoy learning, you know, new strategies for factions I've played for years now. You know, I don't mind that at all. I think it's really cool that they're able to do stuff like that. You know, like I've never been one, and I don't understand. You know, people wanting them to basically just bring Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 3 and just copy and paste it. Like, I don't understand why someone or people want to essentially pay $60 for a new game and, you know, the future DLCs coming out and all that stuff. Why do people want to pay, you know, all this money for a reskinned Warhammer 2? Like, why would you do that from a financial decision, like, idea? Like, oh, I already have Warhammer 2, but Warhammer 3 is identical, just a reskin and just an updated graphics, like a remaster. Why? You know, like, it's not like Rome 1 that, you know, with the Rome remaster, where Rome 1 came out in the early 2000s, and 20 years later they decided to do a remaster of it. Like Warhammer 2 is a few years, you know, old, you know, like 5 or 6 years old. So why would you want? It's not like it's bringing back a game from eons ago, kind of thing, you know. Just so I'm really happy with the changes, more or less. I'm glad. I am one. I doubt I'm the only one. I am glad it is not a Warhammer 2 remaster, nor do I think it should have been. I'm very excited for Warhammer 3 and the future of Warhammer 3. And with that being said, it is in no means a free pass, you know, kind of thing. You know, with what they did with Realm of Chaos and how they basically abandoned it, you know, like that's not what I'm saying either. You know, it's definitely not my point I'm trying to make with that. Like, oh, you know, Lemon Pledge is just a hardcore bandwagon. It's like, no, like, I was upset with that because, you know, when I first started playing Warhammer 2 and stuff started coming out with Warhammer 3, you know, even Lore Keeper's not bad. Even for the size of my channel, like when stuff started, you know, when shit started hitting the fan for the Realm of Chaos, you know, I stuck, you know, my small nose out in terms of being a content creator. You know, for Creative Assembly, it's like, no, you know, they're gonna do right. You know, there's going to, you know, they're gonna change it. They're gonna update it. They're gonna do right by the player, and they never did. So, you know, in terms of you know, trying to grow a channel, like, that really fucking sucked. You know, that sucked because, you know, I tried to be the mediator a little bit, and it bit me in the ass. It did. You know, in trying to start a channel, my channel growth just sank. You know, it was really hard to grow my channel for a long time because of that. So, it's not that I don't remember that. It's still very fresh in my mind. But with where Warhammer 3 is at with Immortal Empires and the fact that patches are going to keep coming, like Immortal Empires is really new. You know, it's very new. I'm still not like, oh my god, like, you know, down on a knee praising Creative Assembly. I'm still like, okay, like, I think the game's in a good shape. Patches, you know, are going to come. It's going to get better. You know, just don't fuck it up, kind of thing, you know? And I know I'm not, you know, not everybody is going to have that opinion, and I get that. That's fine. You know, everyone's going to have their own ideas on how the game should be at this stage, and I get that. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but me personally, I'm happy with it. So, alright. What do I want to do with my money? Extra 150. Good. Good. Corruption is slowly going down here. He's a bit of a concern.
Darkness comes.
So he can't attack Torspender, but he can attack Dawn's Light. So come over here. Actually get rid of that for now and build walls, and then upgrade this so we can build walls. That's fine. Khemri. I need something to mitigate the corruption here. Which there's none. Character, so -5. This will only give me 3. But will also help with control. So yeah, do that. There was a small... Oh, I hope everyone's okay. Military presence. So they got 6 units somewhere.
I only serve the changer.
It's night.
Oh, let's look at our items. Let's fuse some stuff. I like that. I hate that. Let's see.
I'll take Sigmar's throne.
Can give you the Helm of Discord. Have you ever beaten the game? I've beaten, not Warhammer 3, I've beaten Warhammer 2 in campaigns. I very rarely ever like technically finish a campaign. Just for time consuming, like sort of like Legend of Total War. Like he usually stops playing a stream or a campaign like when viewership goes down, kind of thing. Usually when that happens, it's because he's so powerful at that point, like nothing can stop him. And I'm the same way in that regard, where I start losing enjoyment when I stop losing. I start losing enjoyment in the campaign when it's to the point where, you know, I can just auto-resolve. If I'm just like auto-resolving everything, if no one's giving me any form of like real competition, I'm like, meh, I'll move on. Alright, that's really good. Actually, Vampire Corruption +2, because then this will give me +5 and at least negate the -5. I've only completed one campaign and it was Marcus Wolfhart's. Kudos to you for that, man, because that sounds awful. I'm not a big Empire fan. Like, since Warhammer is Warhammer, like with all the magic, the units, you know, the vast idea and game scheme of Warhammer with, you know, Lizardmen, Chaos, Skaven, Elves, Dark Elves, you know, Beastmen, all of these various units, and then you have a human race. It's like, you can go play Rome or Medieval 2 if you want to play as humans, in my opinion. Like, they're not a bad race. I've played them. I enjoy Gelt. I do enjoy Balthazar Gelt. But other than that, they're not my favorite race. I'll play them. I'll definitely stream them at some point, but it's not like, oh my god, you know. I don't get a boner for Call of Franz that 90% of the community seems to get. What can I get tier 4? Ooh, vampires, yes please. But you know what?
My bloodline calls.
Have a good one, Jaden. Thanks for stopping by. That'll be an easy win. Krokgar. Here's the Rite of Primeval Glory army. And he buffs them too. And he's on... What the hell? Damn, look at him. Krokgar is a little bit of an issue here.
Come, impress me.
Your wish, master. Find me charnel. Find me charnel pits.
What do you want? More sleeve shines. Good, this will do.
I do not think so.
Damn.
Leave me to my
I mean, I doubt that ambush works. But, you know, as of right now, it's saying I would lose that encounter, which it's very low-level lords and units. But yeah, bounce power is not in my favor.
Deliver it unto me. We shall rise.
Krokgar. I don't have... I got Spearman. Some anti-large. And I would heal basically forever. I just don't have any... I need a Mortis engine basically to deal with them. Throw him on a zombie dragon. That way we have our siege attacker. Yep, that's fine. Good, that's what I wanted. Get rid of you.
I hunt this night.
He could also be really useful in sniping the dinos. Alright. He needs to be on a Bellfire one. And you need to stay on your regular corpse cart. That way we have, you know, each effect being applied. And then more zombies. Good. Okay. Okay. Which, speaking of Mortis engines, and they only cost 350. Yes, please. All right. What else can I build? Nothing. Okay. Okay.
What? We are in agreement. None shall.
Boom. Get deleted.
This night. Good, this will do.
Good job. That's all you needed to do.
Important.
And then we have this guy coming down here. I want to auto it just so he starts getting the bloody trait. But with that army being right there, and he's definitely coming to attack me. I need to fight this manually. Alright. So see what, I'm gonna fight this manually, but I need to use the bathroom. So I'm just gonna mute myself, get rid of my camera, and then launch this battle, and then I will be back with this battle against the Lizardmen here. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back, guys. Thanks for waiting. Not sure why, but I believe that the Lizardmen are my least favorite faction. Oh, I'm with you. I do want to try them out, which, I gotta back up. I played It's a campaign not too long ago, just in my own time. And so this is what I'm thinking was gonna happen, and I was right. Is because, you know, Lizardmen are kind of like vampire counts to the point where they use a lot of melee, basically next to no missiles, if any missiles, right? And it's fine. It's definitely easier to use more of their dinos now, and like their temple guard and, you know, source units. You know, it's definitely a lot more doable. However, in the same sense, let's come over here, actually. In the same sense, they didn't get any rework. So, in terms of, like, earlier when I was talking about, like, you know, them copying and pasting, while they didn't do that for some factions, the Lizardmen, you know, the Lizardmen did. Itza itself got a few reworks. They have access to barrier for certain units for their one of their rights they can put down. Croak can get barrier in his tech tree, but by and large, the Lizardmen are the exact same thing in Warhammer 3 as they are in Warhammer 2. So I was fairly disappointed with that, because I was expecting a little bit of change, whether in their geomantic web or something like that, but it was just nothing. It was the same thing. It just, I was disappointed. Just need to find out which units I can use to take out those freaking. I will say the in Warhammer 2 anyway, with like Tic-Tac-Toe's faction, the Pterodon riders are good. They're just very, very squishy. But the bombardment abilities and their missile, I think it's the Fire Bleach or Fire Leech, I can't remember the name. But their missiles do like a splash damage effect, and they can get loads and loads of kills against infantry anyway. But yeah, the Krokar's faction did get a little bit of a rework as well, just by looking at the faction effects. But by and large, they did take away Rampage for Saurus Warriors, which again, good step in the right direction, but it's just not a lot. Like they did a lot of really good things with them, but for the most part, it's the same thing as you can get the same stuff in Warhammer 2 basically, but especially being like, I don't know lore stuff like at all, but the fact that lizardmen are supposed to be like the protection against the world of chaos kind of thing, with all of the quotes I see in the game and everything of, for example, like Mazdamundi, being one of the last Slans, protecting against chaos. They're shit against chaos, Most of their units, if any, don't have magical attack, so they're bad against demon factions. Other than, the Lore of Heavens, which I don't know. I guess you have Heavens and Life and Fire, but they need a different general. Like a Slan is good, but he's really slow, and with a lot of the Chaos factions, the Slan is gonna get nuked. It's just what's gonna happen is he's gonna get surrounded because he's not gonna be able to outrun anything, and he's gonna get nuked by the enemy very early on. And it just they need a different general. Like you have your melee, you have the Slan for magic, but they're just missing something. Kind of like Sinch, in my opinion, is Kairos' faction is really strong, really good faction mechanics, but their unit roster as a whole is severely lacking. It's why I haven't played Kairos in a long time. I played a Kairos campaign in my own time, just because I wanted to get more experience with Kairos, but I just got the feeling that, I just felt like I was missing something in his roster. I was like, something's not right here. Fuck the Geneva Convention. This guy's actually pretty good now. He can get 40% ward save for, 17 seconds. Surely they wouldn't do it again. No. No. Yes. Yeah, it's been nerfed. Don't you know? For 16 wins of magic now instead of 23 it used to be? Yeah, it's nerfed. That one veered off a little bit. I think the best I've done so far in the campaign was Mannfred, and he got 2,700 kills in it. That was against early on in the campaign against Tomb Kings early on. Yeah. Well, I mean, technically they nerfed it in the fact that you can't, as vampire accounts, Lore Keeper, even they've Lord Keeper I thought was really bad, and all they've done was change it. So Lord Keeper is actually a really good trait, because it increases your capacity, your Winds of Magic capacity by 8, like just a static 8, not this bullshit of 30% when increasing or whatever. It's just a not like 8. It's just 8. So if you get 4 or 5 Lore Keepers, that's 32 more Winds of Magic, so you can get more, than 100 in a fight. And since your Wind of Death costs you less, it's not, you're still able to cast it as much, if not more, than you would be able to in Warhammer 2. It definitely doesn't kill as many entities at first, as you can see here. Where was it? It took almost all of their health, but didn't kill an entity. So, my favorite ability is to use Grom's Fishy Breath. Fishy Breath is really good. I want to give the Greenskins another chance. To this day, I've never streamed, but I don't think I've played a Greenskin campaign since I've played Warhammer in 2 or 3 years, past turn 20. But with melee being reworked and being a lot more viable, subpar effort. I definitely want to give it another go. I definitely want to give them a go. Alright, how do they have this much balance power? $16, so I can only get 1 more. Let's get them to converge. There you go. Yes. No. Go where you were going. Go where you were going. Fine. I kill you anyway.
Rip their souls out.
You miscasted a little bit. Almost 100,000 damage. Hey, Spectre Man, Greenskins are my favorite, but I think Fishy Breath has been nerfed. It felt like it when I played Grom some days ago. Interesting. Yeah, I want to give them another go. I just don't know who I want to play as. Because I think the problem with them too, it's not that melee is necessarily bad anymore, because it's not. You can definitely make melee work, obviously. But it's that it's a faction that doesn't have a lot of magic attack. And, for example, Azag being near Kislev, you're going to face Chaos fairly early. Grimgor being right by the Chaos area now is, he's going to struggle against Chaos because of that, too. So, I'm not sure, later on in the campaign how they're going to do. Like, early on, I think they'll be fine. Definitely will be fine later on. Or early on, sorry, because some of them wouldn't... Not all of the Greenskin factions are going to be facing Chaos right away, but, Warzag is right by Khorne, Grimgor is right by Kolek, and just the Chaos Waste in general. Azag is not far from the Chaos... being by Kislev, is not far from being near Chaos either. Skarsnik is the only one that really is kind of safe from Chaos fairly early on. But, be regenerating. Because I should be getting... So it's, what, 0.15 per second? Playing Skarsnik now alongside you. It's not hard so far. Go nasty Skulker spam. See, I'd be excited to actually be able to use like orc biggins and like black orcs now that, you know, they've just been, you know, improved. You know, they're better because of how they've reworked melee. So again, it's another faction that, you know, kind of like the vampire counts where you don't have to just use skeletons for their campaign to be strong. You know, like sure, you could play as any or do anything you wanted in terms of a faction, you know, in Warhammer 2, but just like the meta or whatever, like the differences in having a strong campaign versus a weak campaign was just vastly different. Or like the gap between having a really good one, a really good campaign versus a really bad one was just vastly larger in Warhammer 2, where, you know, obviously skelly spamming and zombies are really good for vampire accounts. It's probably better than going with clan race or hex wraiths or things like that. But, you know, you can also use other units. You can use Graveguard. You can use that stuff. But sure, it's not as optimal. But you're not going to be as weakened because of it, if that makes sense. You know, you're gonna have. It's not. You're still going to be able to. You're still going to have a good campaign if you don't have every single army with, you know, skelly spamming, basically, you know. Yep, just keep healing. Keep fighting, keep killing. Scars, like, I do want to play green. I want to, you know, give those factions a good try. You know, I'm trying to go into the mindset where some factions that I didn't like previously may be, you know, different now. So I want to give Greenskins another go. I want to give Lizardmen a good go at it. Norska, I want to give Norska a good, you know, run through as well. But you just. These guys, I mean, look at this. Look at those guys. Yes, they do have the Raise of Dead ability. If anything, the Raise of Dead ability has been buffed. You're kind of like the Warriors of Chaos mechanic, where you can see in provinces like what you can recruit there from the Warband mechanic. You can do the same thing with vampire counts now. So, you know, before you go into a region, you're like, oh, I need, you know, you can see like the pile of bone thing or whatever for like raising the dead. So, you know, you can look at that, but in general, like on the settlements, I'll show you here on the campaign map. But you can see like on each settlement itself what it can provide to you in raising the dead. Cannot wait to play Warriors of Chaos or Norska. They look awesome. Highly recommend if you have the Champions of Chaos DLC. I recommend playing Be'lakor, Festus, and Village. We'll wait to see if CA fixed the WoD stuff. WoD works or more fun in Warhammer 2 as you can put lords in your WoDs. Ah, gotcha. See, I never played Greenskins in Warhammer 2, so I don't know really how all that works. I mean, I know how to initiate a WoD and how to do that stuff, but not in terms of how to effectively use it. But Archaon, you know, from what I've heard, Archaon and Kolek are very good now. From what I've heard through the grapevine. Yeah, I don't blame you. If you haven't, though, guys, I highly recommend. I think it's a good video. Check out my Be'lakor is Guilt on Steroids video. It's only 4 minutes long, but it basically shows you how powerful Be'lakor can be. And in that video, it's directly from. It's actually directly from my campaign that I streamed, and he's still not even at rank 50, and he's extremely powerful. So. Highly recommend checking that out if you have the Warrior or the Champions DLC and you're, you know, wanting to know what champion you want to play as, highly recommend checking out that video to give you kind of a heads up on what you can expect. Good.
Are you ready?
So we didn't get a student there.
What? What do you want? I will allow.
Good. Yeah, I was a simp and bought it at full price because normally I wouldn't have, just because of what they, you know, kind of did with the Realm of Chaos. But I wanted to have access to it just so I could stream it and show it to you guys. Was my biggest thing was I wanted to be able to show you guys as much of the updated and new content as I could. So, which, you know, who knows if the channel keeps growing. I think we're still over 600 subscribers. So, you know, if the channel keeps growing, who knows maybe by the next time there's a DLC out, I may have early access to it depending on, you know, how the channel keeps growing. So who knows? Yeah, I'll check it in right meow. I'm not gonna leave for a while yet, but I may forget you asking me to do it, so that's why I'm gonna do it now. But yeah, it just shows. It just has. It's 4 minutes long, but it has gameplay of me, you know, using Be'lakor. And then I also go to the campaign map to show you how you can achieve it. And the best part of it is, it's not an exploit, it's not a bug, it's not a glitch, it's not anything. It's just something you can do with his faction. I don't mind cheesing, I don't mind exploiting to a certain extent, but, you know, I don't go out of my way to do those things. Like, I don't like Bretonia in general. Or like flying monster units like that. Really. Like Vargeist, even for me, are kind of a meh unit. But I don't do the free nice cheese. I never have. The money exploit you could do with Eltharion, never did that. That's just, you know, that's not like, going to those extremes are not fun for me. Personally, like, I get that a lot of people would like them, but not this guy. It's just not my cup of tea.
This better be important. Yes.
You fucking bitch. Good, at least this has walls.
You ruffle feathers.
Oh my fucking god. Yep, money's fine. Ooh, another lore keeper. Cool. Alright, you, come over here. I'm gonna have to come down here and just blow this stuff up. So yeah, he's got these two settlements here. And then the two that Kairos or someone's been gifting them to. It's not even telling me that happened. It's just, yep, you don't have the settlement anymore. Suck it. He has ambush defense chance, so it's not going to matter.
Be at your peril. We play the great game, not you.
Alright. good. Oh wow, he took Clan Mors' capital. Very first Total War game, Rome Total War. My dad got it for me growing up in the early 2000s, and I played Rome Total War, then Medieval 2, a little bit of Rome 2, Attila, Three Kingdoms. But yeah, Rome 1 was my first Total War, my first love. Played the crap out of Rome 1. Like, an ungodly amount of Rome 1 growing up. Suspected I'd do 3 lords of free knights as it is easy, and I think it's viable to have some powerful lords around in the other campaign. More is an effort. Yeah, and I have nothing against people who do it. You know, because like but another one I never did. Not only did I never do the Eltharian, you know, billions of income exploit, I never did the entrepreneur one either. I didn't enjoy taking the time to, and it's not that it's bad. It's just I didn't want to take the time to farm that trade. Like, but I would do it with knowledgeable because I enjoyed it. Emollient, conscientious, I think is the other one that you can get. Like, you know, I did that all the time. You bet. But I don't know. Some traits I just, you know, some I really liked and some I could have care less about. You know, it just wasn't for me, basically.
What do you want?
What do I do?
Now is not that time.
And I think that's something in general I wish. I do wish for everything that the Total War community is great about. That is something I wish that was better. Was the fact that, you know, a lot of people have, you know, the meta, you know, in their head, and if you don't cheese or exploit it, you're playing the game wrong. And it's just play the game however you want. You know, if you want to cheese your entire campaign, great. If you want to use mods for, you know, 20,000 mods, great. You know, if you want to do kind of like what I do and do a little bit of both, like, I don't use mods to make the game easier by any means, but, you know, to do some cheeses and to not do it, great. If you're like the most anti-cheese, anti-exploiter, you know, in the whole world, great. Who cares? You know? It's the beauty in it being a video game is as long as you're having fun individually, who cares what anybody else thinks, you know? Like, just have fun with it. And I think it's really easy to lose sight of that at times, you know? Because I totally get it. It is very easy, you know, to get caught up in that stuff. But at the end of the day, because that's the reason I bring it up, is because that's what I had to do. Yeah, Master of the Dead's good. That's what I had to do with me streaming. Was I was playing certain ways that were not fun for me individually, and I had this bad mindset of if I don't play this way, then no one's gonna watch my streams, and that's not true. All right, let's upgrade you, and you. All right, where'd he go? He attacked me. He is obviously a problem, but other than that, nothing else is. Plus, he's weakened. Rome 2 was the only game that I had lost a campaign in less than the first 10 turns. Rome 2 definitely took time to understand how that game functioned. It never was like my favorite game by any means, but it definitely took me longer. Because I mean, really thinking about it, like Rome 2 is the first Total War game, I believe, for me anyway, that really actually made you have some faction mechanics to it. Mainly like the politics side of things, right? In Rome 2. Like Medieval 2, Rome 1, you could just play the game and go through it and not care really about diplomacy or anything. You know, there was nothing in Rome 1 or Rome 2 that you had to pay great detail or pay great attention to.
Impress me.
Want to know something red that's bad for your teeth? Yeah, sure. Or do you mean really bad? If that's what you mean. No, because I'm going to do a battle. Dirk is on his way. Hans is the one that we need to fight here. A brick. Yes, a brick to your teeth is not a good thing. That's for sure. All right. The good thing is, in dealing with Kairos, he's only got 2 settlements, but it's this minor faction that they keep gifting stuff to. This army is really dangerous. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 single entities. Holy shit. I want to get rid of him too.
Now,
They're liking me more.
Bring me Neferata. From the sands I shall strike at you, and Neferata.
If I... Oh, that's why. Because they're allied with... Yeah, they're never going to want to trade or do anything with me, because they allied with Thoric. That's fine. Alright, let's do this battle. I don't really need that. Let's see. Alright, what do... So he's on the ground, which is good. What spells does he have? Pink Fire. Alright, so the big one obviously is Infernal Gateway. That would nuke our entire army if we blob. He's got 20% physical resistance. Okay. Okay. What's the map look like? Okay. I think we kind of do the same thing as we did when fighting the Lord of Change. Don't blob up right away just because of Infernal Gateway. What do you call a bear without ears? I have no idea. No idea. Not bad. If we could find him an item that has magical attack, he would be so freaking good. Because he would, just with stats, he would absolutely wreck Kairos. Don't you just hate the bees? I have a bee farm.
Everywhere is death.
They're essential to humanity, sir. And fuck your bees. Alright. I'll do the... I have an idea. I have an idea. So, what we're going to do is actually blob up. If it backfires, guess what they have in Warhammer 3? Rematch abilities. It's so crazy how little things in the game, you know, you can just test out various strategies. Which is also why I don't play on Legendary difficulty, because fuck that nightmarish bullshit. But hey, if you like Legendary, more power to you. I am not one of those people. So, we're going to come all the way over here. And just keep them away from my lovely army. And since I attacked them, they will sit and wait. What did he cast? Glean magic. Wow. Yeah, keep casting that. That's fine. Yeah, on my Discord, Anon234 posted a Reddit post where a guy did a bunch of testing with which it seemed like he did it very well. He did screenshots of him, you know, playing both Legendary and normal, and by the looks of it, they just have it flip-flopped. So I don't know if it's a certain coding thing they messed up on accident, but whatever they've done with the settings, it's just that Legendary and very hard battle difficulty is just the opposite of where it should be. He just keeps casting Glean magic, which technically, you know, will give him infinite wins, but yeah, what I'm gonna do is just let my magic generate here, and then pop some summons down and see what he ends up doing. This lasts forever. 46 seconds? I mean, if if they've upgraded that, and he's overcasting it too. He's overcasting it. So see, actually, if he starts miscasting, then he'll start hurting himself. You know, if that actually works, if it lasts for 40 seconds, that can get you, you know, as playing as Kairos, it'll give you infinite wins. How funny, like, obviously I'm not going to do it, but how funny would it be if I just let, like, this battle go on for, like, 14 hours or whatever, and he just keeps overcasting Glean magic, and he kills himself doing that. When it was winter, last year my boyfriend told me it was a little icy on the driveway. When I went out there, it was a small icy. When it was winter last year. When it was winter last year, my boyfriend told me. Don't quite get that one. I might just be missing it, but I don't get that one. Okay. He got away with it that time. Also need to be careful of him. And I see. Okay, that's what I thought it was. That's what I thought. A little. Okay, yeah. Okay. Light bulb. I just need to be careful that he doesn't cast the blue fire, because that can snipe me. Really? So Kairos is obviously big balance of power, but the Chaos Knights and then the Aspiring Champions here are the big ones that we need to deal with. Those are pretty dope looking. Oh, I do. I have 3 fans or 4 fans in my in my on my PC. So far, he's been pretty lucky and hasn't miscasted. Yeah, he overcasted it there too, and he didn't. Damn it! Sucks that you have to be so freaking close. Ooh. No, I want you to pop down Infernal Gateway. Oh, dude. I think I could actually beat him in melee. I want to say I could beat Kairos in melee. Even with his barrier and his physical resistance of 20%. Hey, Anon. Your PC has better performance than my work PC. I close a folder and it locks out completely. Good boy. Welcome to the stream, Anon. Good to have you here, buddy. Alright, if they want to do that, I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. Yeah, run away, little bird. I told you we'd win. I think I've heard this one. Because he's regenerating too. Oh, it backfired. Oh no, he casted Glean Magic. So she gave you a hug? Is that what you're gonna say? Yeah, yeah. I've heard that one. I can't think of the name of it, but there is a like TikTok group. My wife watches TikTok all the time, but I see them on Instagram too. They like drink coffee on a dock, and they just make dad jokes the whole time, and they, like they'll make a dad joke, and then they'll just like sip their coffee, and then just it's kind of like the stuff where they'll take the actors and it's kind of like the do not laugh kind of thing, and that's what they do is they just try and not make or they try not to laugh at the other dad joke. Get fucked, Kairos. Sorry, Jaden, I spoiled it for you. It's gonna be such a balance of power loss here. I have to imagine. It's taking him a little while to get there. Bye-bye, chicken. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Alright. Marauders, nope. Alright. Yeah, reform. Line up a little easier for me. Oh, yeah, thank you. Alright, now stop moving. Just, oh shit, inbound. Warp fried chicken, right? Alright, let's slow it down. Maybe that way I can cast the spell. Oh, yes. Yes, please. Part of the LGBTQ community, but I have to say this joke. Let it rip, man. Let it rip. That is something that, just in general, does upset me about today's culture. I asked 10 people what LGBTQ meant. Couldn't get a straight answer. It's a good one. I like that one. That's good. You know, is you can't have jokes, you know, for the most part. But more times than not now, you know, people don't know how to take jokes nowadays. It's because the problem is whether your like friend group or whoever can actually handle the joke, you'll run into somebody that doesn't like the joke, you know, like right from the get-go, right? And be like, oh, that's an awful joke. How could you ever say that joke? Or you have the opposite where your friends or people like, oh, like, wow, that's really funny. And then they'll share it on social media. And eventually it gets to someone who has a problem with it. And then it's like, oh my God, I can't believe, you know, so-and-so said, you know, made this joke or made this comment. And it's, you know, so it's a lose-lose. You know, if you're like on social media and whatnot, you know, you just can't fucking win. You know, with how it is, you're set up to fail, basically.
With haste, all that breathes shall die. Swiftly.
Bounce of power is still in their favor. Which she's almost out of ammo.
Attack with haste.
Oh, I can outrun you.
Undeath ascendant.
Don't waste on healing. But yeah, outrun him. Alright, man. Alright.
Undeath ascendant.
Alright.
Lead them.
Flamers. They gotta... I mean, now that, you know, the topic's been brought up. Oh, shit. That's really... Yeah, hit your own units. He missed. Maybe that's why creative is... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Nope. Get out. And it won't even hurt him because of the barrier. Won't hurt them anyway, but... Alright. Alright, you're good. You're good. Just take him over here. Take him over here. And now attack him. Good. Plus, I should be regenerating. Yeah, I am. Good. As soon as... Do I have any jokes? Sure, I got one. I heard it the other day at work. Why do nurses carry around red pens? Why do nurses, like a pen, like a ink pen, why do nurses carry around red pens? As in like the color red. May have given it away with that. Oh yeah, keep doing that. Yes, sir. Yes, please. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes, daddy. Not too bad. Pop one of those down.
Rip their souls out
Good stuff.
with haste.
In case they have to draw blood. Ha! That's a zinger. Think about it if you don't get it. Think about it.
Die, mortals, die.
Should be Immortals since they are chaos. But you know, I'll let that one slide.
Nothing challenges me.
And Marcus got it.
Now you start me. Night comes
Marcus got it.
with haste.
I'm trying not to laugh.
Swiftly. Yes.
The funny thing was with that one, I got told that when I was in line, or when I was like ordering my food at Subway the other day. And it wasn't even like an old dude, it was just a kid. He's like, you know, like, how's your day going? I was like, oh, you know, it's in the mornings. I was like, it's not too bad, like, you know, how you doing today, dude? And he's like, oh, good. He goes, you want to hear a joke? And I was like, sure. You know, thinking it was going to be this, like, super corny, I mean, which obviously it is, but he's like, yeah, he goes, you know, why did, and then I was like, oh my god. I think I was more like, once I thought about it for a little bit, I was like, okay, I was like, that's pretty good, dude. And then he, you know, he was just, yeah, I was like, you know what, good for, I was like, that's pretty good. You know, tip of the cap to him, basically, like, good job. I do need to basically, no, he doesn't even have, he doesn't have the pink fire. The flamers will get blocked. Yeah, we're fine here. These guys will get nuked. Fighting in the trees, they'll get a speed and melee buff, or debuff, sorry. As you can tell. Doesn't show it, but... The other day I saw a small person climbing down a prison wall. Come on, come by me. I say I should be regenerating, which I am. Thanks to this lovely dude. Like this, their skeleton spearman melee defense blocks their melee attack, even though it's magical. That's awesome. That's a gun. You got some good ones, Jaden. You got some good ones, man. Alright. Come on. It just bounced. Did you guys see that? The fire just bounced off the tree. Oh my gosh, hurry up. We'll go further in. Maybe that'll draw them. They got to have... They'll be able to see my unit soon enough. He definitely did his share. There. They're like, oh, fuck. Come on. Attack me. I'll fucking attack you guys if you don't hurry up. So he's gonna get in range and then shoot his. He's gonna blow his load into the trees too. Look at that. Some of it got through, but not enough to the point where we're gonna take any damage. If anything, he's gonna hit his own units here, which he definitely just did. Look at, they're just melting. Look at that.
You serve me.
81 leadership. Not bad for zombies. No problem, Jade. I'll probably stream for like another 45-ish minutes, give or take. Good, he's dead. You need to get up. Get up here. Get out. They're anti-large.
Swiftly.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, it's the army losses, anyway. Oh no. Yeah, really struggled in that one, guys. Whew, close. Close victory. Wow, I'm so proud of you. Chicken Man, good job. So proud. So proud. Yeah, I used all my magic, which is... I get why they put that in the game. You know, if you use all of your magic, you know, obviously you had to do quite a bit to win. But at the same time, like, looking at stuff like this, and it's... it's worse, you know, when you get, like, 3,000 kills as your lord or something, and take no deaths and heal in the fight, and then, you know, Pyrrhic victory, close victory. And it's like I had almost 4,000 units, and I lost 23, and most of it was my zombie spawn, or zombie summons. So it's like, come on. Alright, take the money. I don't even know what Kairos' trade is. About to find out. Spell resistance and wins a magic power reserve capacity. Alright. Stole his trickster shard.
Better be important.
Hey, look, it didn't work. I was kind of worried about that. But yeah. So, look. Didn't see that coming. Power reserve capacity plus 5. It went from 100 to 100. Just well done. Well done. You know, we're just. What can I say, you know? Zombie. Yep, that'll be good.
Wait.
Alright. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine, you know. It's fine. Everything's fine. Pyrrhic victory. They count these guys on killing... What? It was 5 units of zombies, so 800 units plus skeletons. So they're looking... They were going to give these guys almost 1,000 kills in this victory. I'll tell you what, you know, with the AI changes and like the AI kind of remembering like if you were in ambush stance the previous turn and not just constantly, you know, falling into the ambush trap that you could do in Warhammer 2, they got to apply the same idea to auto resolve here. Be like, hey, he just killed 830 out of 880 units, and he has all of his units still remaining. Probably, even though these stats are much better, you know, than his, you know, like, add all of these stats up with all of those stats and see who's gonna fucking win. But, you know, it's fine. You know, it's fine. You know? Like, with this shit, look at the fucking balance of power. Pyrrhic victory. Load the battle. Decisive victory. Already estimated. I guarantee you, I'll cast one spell. If not, when I hit start battle, if I cast one spell, you know, it'll give me the victory is in our grasp thing. Guarantee it.
Corpse cat. The summoning begins.
I don't even need a Wind of Death. I'll just pop zombies and use Flock of Doom for 5 winds of magic. Unreal. Unfucking real. Shit, if I would have known that, I would have taken the time to have the Lord run them down more. Whatever. They won't get any attacks then. Like, I don't know. Damage Delta's gold value 0. Whatever. Whatever you reckon. Hey, David. Yeah, we're playing some vampire accounts. Yeah, you bet. Not sure. I was actually thinking I'm probably gonna, may not be after this fight, but shortly I may end it just so I can have time to eat some breakfast before work. But yeah, it's been a good stream. I thank you all. I know it's still it's very early in the morning. Obviously for me, I know it's fairly early in the morning for you guys. Depending on where you're living, but I do appreciate people, all of you that have been coming out to these early morning streams. It's something I would like to continue. I think it's good for the channel. It's been good for growth. With Legends Raid last weekend, it's definitely brought more people to the streams in the morning, and so I appreciate all of you guys. Not everyone's still here because I don't have 400 people here, but I appreciate everyone taking the time to keep coming back to the streams. When they can. Obviously, streaming this early in the morning, he's streaming, and that's totally fine. But I appreciate you guys who have been coming in to check it out. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys keep coming back. I know I'm enjoying streaming in the morning before work. It kind of gets just gets the day going for me a little bit. It brings some energy and life, being able to interact with you guys and whatnot. So I hope this can continue, and I hope you guys keep enjoying it as well. Because obviously, it was a big risk, in taking, spending a few weeks, trying this stuff out, because it could have blown up in my face. It could have failed. It could have done the channel no good, no bad. But I think for the most part, it's been good because. Obviously, streaming when I usually get off work, everyone's asleep no matter where they are in the world. And so, being able to stream during the week before work, yes, I sacrifice sleep a little bit. But it's been good for the channel, I think. So I do appreciate you guys coming. So are zombies the new vampire meta, or is it just for Gorst? Gorst does it to an extreme. So for Gorst, definitely, as of right now, before if and when they patch it out or just nerf it, if you play as Gorst specifically in his faction, it's specifically with his. I think all of his stuff is faction wide. Definitely zombies. But with that being said, like all of their units work now. I talked about it earlier, Anon. Because they've reduced the cost of the buildings for the vampire accounts. Some of their built like the I don't know if it was in Warhammer 2, but a lot of the resource buildings have a lot more effect. For example, because I think just looking at it, so let's go to Antok, right? So I believe the growth building used to be like 6,000 gold for tier 3 for like 5 growth. Still only 5 growth, but it only costs you 1,800. So with the reduction in the cost of buildings as vampire accounts, the supply lines, and just the rework of melee in general, those 3 things play a big part for the vampire accounts. Magic is still really strong for them. I think I've proven that so far in the streams. Everything still works for vampire accounts that worked in Warhammer 2. It's just that with anyone playing as anyone you play as other than Gorst, everything works. Graveguard work, skeleton, spear warrior still work. Like yes, they're not free, but it's 65, it's 56. Zombies are 16. Like whatever you want to use, basically. In a vampire campaign will work for you now. The tech tree has been reworked a little bit. Clan race, if we take a look at it, clan race and hex race get barrier. The healing cap is increased. There's like zombies. Yes, they are strong, but again, like I try and steer away from playing a certain, always playing into the meta, basically, because I did that. The reason why I try and not only focus on that stuff is because that is what started driving my distaste for Warhammer 2. So, like, yes, zombies are strong, 100%, but if you don't want to just skelly or zombie spam, you don't have to. You got loads and loads at your disposal. Let's go into ambush stance here and see what he does. Because if he force march, or if he attacks that, we can force march and kill him. And if he tries to come over here, I may ambush him, or at least be able to catch him. What do I need? That's really good. I would like to get more Graveguard eventually. But I also would like to try out... I want to start getting this stuff. Because I want to get a Karn Wraith or Hex Wraith army going. Because they have magical attack, and then they can get barrier, and you can increase their heal cap. Yes, please. That'll be good for money. Which, like, look at the return of investment. 600. So it's going from... So it's 300 extra. So, it's going to be less than 4... Like, just over 4... Like, 5 turns. And I'll already have made, my money back on that building. So, they've done a really good job with... son of a bitch. They've done a really good job with the vampire counts. Lore Keeper has been changed, but Lore Keeper is still good. Knowledgeable is like any faction. Knowledgeable has been nerfed into oblivion. But Lore Keeper is still good, mainly because it increases your Winds of Magic capacity by just 8. It's not like in 30% or whatever when increasing. It's just a flat 8 amount, which is, it actually does work. It does apply. Unlike the Kairos defeat trait of +5 Winds of Magic capacity, it doesn't work. It's either bugged out or just doesn't work.
The danger.
Yep. And it's like here on the harder difficulties, I've noticed like the AI has no problem on declaring war with you, but they don't like go all out. They'll send like an army or two just to annoy you, basically. Can I just fight it with this? No. Alright. No problem. That's why I put him into ambush stance.
Yes. This suits my cause. Follow me.
Get wrecked. Alright, that's fairly safe for now. Alright, he's recruiting another army there. So let's force march over to Torspinder. I noticed that too. I play on normal, and the AI is super aggressive about declaring war, but doesn't follow through. I've had the AI break non-aggression packs to declare war. Yeah, like it's like they're close to doing what they want to do, but then they're like, we shouldn't do that, and then they go away, so I don't know if that's just like an error in the programming. Oh wow, another one.
This will be fun.
But it's just more of a headache because it's kind of like I think of it as like Rome 1, where if you are allied with someone, right? And then you like leave a settlement fairly undefended, they'll just break your alliance with perfect relations against you, because you have a weakly defended settlement. They're like, oh, easy grab, I'll take that kind of thing, and it's like, that's such bullshit. That's what I hated the most about that was perfect relations, doesn't matter, they'll declare war on you. Growth is good. That's good for money. That's good for money. Wouldn't mind being able to recruit some Graveguard here. Alright. Mannfred, you need to come back down. And get ready to deal with Krotgar. It's dangerous, that's for sure. It's very dangerous. Nope. Ambush success chance. I'd like to save up and get the Winds of Magic. I'm going to be very pissed off, though, if that's bugged. If you don't actually get the 15 wins. So yeah, in that case, take the chance. Save it, and we'll just save the game before using it and make sure it actually works. Because I'm not going to get screwed out of that. Someone tested Carl's campaign on different... Yeah, I saw your post about that in my Discord, and I read his Reddit post. That's interesting. I'm happy on the fact that someone took the time to go into that depth, you know, to do that research and not just kind of make a post about it and kind of just claim that they, you know, uncovered that stuff. So, but yeah, hopefully, knock on wood, that's an easy fix in the programming where they just messed up, you know, the kind of like the path that the AI is supposed to take in terms of like, okay, like very hard difficulties, you know, okay, then the AI gets these bonuses. So hopefully it's just a simple like redirect where, you know, right now it's very hard difficulty, like campaign and battles, but it's going to the normal AI bonuses, that kind of thing. Or, you know, so they can just switch it where it actually goes from very hard to very hard in the pathfinder in the file, so the AI actually gets those buffs, kind of thing. Where's he at now? So he's hiding again. Yeah, I need to put out these freaking dumpster fires over here.
We are in agreement. I am ready. Bring more.
See if I can get a student.
Kill them.
Nope, that's alright.
Bloodline calls.
Good thing though is we're getting this guy leveled up, which is what we need.
I will.
We can get rid of one of you.
This better be important. More sleeves. What do you want?
Good, upgrade that. Because then we can get this to tier 3. Not that we're trading with anyone, but... caged bats. So give me another Graveguard. Yeah. Because it's like right on the front line. Alright, Mannfred.
Sigmar's throne. Thus was my plan. Bring the night. This night.
That way he can reach everywhere. I imagine he'll go for Antok. Just because it's weaker.
You cannot deceive the deceiver.
So you lie to me.
Baseline, okay. Kind of figured. Matches what my brother and I are experiencing. We play on normal to relax, and it's super hard, much worse than Warhammer 2. Yeah, I'd imagine it's just something simple like that, where they just have the path that the files take to apply the bonuses or no bonuses. It's just they have that mixed up. I would, by the looks of it, obviously it could be wrong, but that's what it would appear to me.
Good. This will do.
Could I just... I mean, I can't like occupy that this turn anyway. But good, this stuff is a little more defended from these guys. Let's move on. But not unmanageable. Once you learn the rhythm, you can know what to expect and figure out and how to. Can't read. Not unmanageable. Once you learn the rhythm, you can know what to expect and figure out on how to prepare. Yeah, which I'm the same way with like playing. Bellicor Bellicor, Festus, Skaven. Like, just with how things have changed. Like, even factions that I think I know how to play, I'm still learning how they are different in Warhammer 3. Because things have changed drastically. Even if their faction hasn't been changed a lot, you're encountering different factions. Their mechanics have been changed a little bit, so you're learning, you're learning how to play the faction again, but at the same time, you're not. I like it, though, personally, is kind of what I'm saying, is I enjoy, having to learn stuff like that. Good.
Your sleep grows strong.
I can't auto that.
I hunt.
But he's got.
Come, impress me.
Let's look at some items. Yep. It's actually not that bad for him because he has 45% missile resistance. Yeah, that's not too bad. Shit. Doesn't really have anything to. Wow. How does Mannfred's Black Book mechanic? Basically the same thing. I just haven't done any, but he's literally like the Tomb Kings. They basically took the Tomb Kings mechanic and just made it for Mannfred. And they changed a few things. And he actually has a unique building at Drakenhof. And the effects are just doubled when you get there with them. I don't know what the actual building does because obviously we're not anywhere near Drakenhof yet. I wonder. I don't need those guys anymore.
Ready.
Because I can afford it. That's why.
I follow Siege alone.
Ready. My bloodline calls. This better be important. Darkness comes. I will alone.
I can just recruit. Hey, Bonnie. Good morning.
What do you want? Now.
Yeah, I think that's a little. Something's bugged. Cause look. Oh no, it does have that icon. So there's been a big battle here. Okay, never mind. Mortis engine. And just grab some spheres. Good stuff.
This better be important.
So he's stronger.
I hunt.
Alright.
Deliberate.
Force march you.
My bloodline calls.
Agreed.
Look. It actually applies. It goes up to 124. Yes. Part of the reason lower can be harder. Just want to do the trick. The thing I've seen with like the harder difficult, kind of like what I mean, everyone has been seeing like across the game really is the fact that it's, you know, the AI really likes to declare a war on you. They just don't follow through. Like it's very like Thoric, for example, declared war on me eons ago, it seems, and yet hasn't tried attacking. You know, hasn't tried attacking me at all. Because he'll just attack that right away, won't he?
Attack.
Fuck you, Dave. Melee defense plus 10. That's awesome.
The true Von Caster.
That's awesome. Good, another arcane conduit. No. Grave ward. Missile resistance. Sure. You guys seeing what I'm seeing? None of this percent when increasing crap? Alright, let's see if that actually works though. So we're at 131. Says it's still going up. It may be bugged. Very likely that it's bugged. But allegedly... Allegedly's...
Darkness comes.
They didn't fix that? No way. No. I mean, I think it's bugged. But look, it's going... Because look, I moved and it updated. I think it actually works. If it actually goes up plus 19 to 150, it'll have worked. Because... So we have one lore keeper, so that's plus 8. So it's at... it'd be at 108. Plus Mannfred buffs it, I believe. By 15, so it's 123. And I have other technologies too that are increasing it. So I think it actually works. Is there a character from... Yeah, any Greenskin faction. I've never played. Well, other than Wurzag. I've played like 20 turns into a Wurzag campaign. But... No frickin' way. That's so awesome. By the looks of it, it's not bugged. That's so awesome. Ha!
What do you want?
Oh, we'll kick his ass if he attacks me. That's so awesome. Oh, the vampire counts just got even stronger. I'm gonna have to look into that now more too. It could just be an oversight that they forgot to adjust. But the thing is, even in Medieval 2, Warhammer 2, wasn't it plus 15? Like I'm pretty sure in Warhammer 2, the magical reserves was plus 15 wins of magic. So the fact that it's plus 5 tells me that they've changed it, but they haven't changed it to, you know, the bullshit of like the 20 or 30% or whatever when wins of magic are increasing. So I think by the looks of it, if it goes to 150 here for Mannfred's army, then it works. And it's something that they actually did on purpose. No freaking way. Awesome. Because, see, this crap wins a magic power reserve plus 30% when increasing. That's a bunch of shit. Hey, Carl, welcome to the stream. It's got to be something they implemented, which is good, you know, like, I'm happy to see that. Oh, that makes me so happy. Went up by plus 5. So what, that would have to go to 141. Because I was at my maximum. Yeah, I was at my maximum. So it should go to 141 next turn after putting that point that I just put in. It should. Good stuff. Alright, we're going to just siege that one. Take the tech off. We'll fight this one manually. That's nothing. And it's not worth losing our whole army over. But that is... have you had to deal with the Volkmar? Yeah. Volkmar was like the first 15 turns-ish. Yeah, we got rid of Volkmar pretty early on. But I wasn't gonna take the time to farm his trait by any means. Not worth it for me. May need to recruit a lord here. This guy's not, he's been pretty good. It's a bunch of garbage, but we'll play it safe. And it's just a lot of units that he's gonna have to deal with. But I am going to save it there. I know it's just bad timing. I appreciate everyone popping in here now, but I do actually have to get ready to go to work. I'm really enjoying this campaign. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. For those of you who are just popping in here right now, if you are able to, I start streaming. I'm about just over 3.5 hours into the stream, so that's when I start. I start pretty early in the morning during the weekdays, so I'll be starting at the same time I did today, tomorrow yet, and then Saturday and Sunday will be different. But yeah, so just in case anyone popping in here in the last few seconds, if you're able to make it to the stream tomorrow morning, I would greatly appreciate it. And I will also pop in the link to the Belagar video. Or the Bella Core video, sorry. Just in case it got lost in the chat, I'll pop it in there again for you, Marcus. So here is that. But I appreciate everyone stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys hopefully again tomorrow morning with part 4, I believe, of this campaign. And I may take the time just to fight these 2 sieges, just so you guys don't have to watch them. I may do that later tonight, and then that way we can just start moving on from there at that point. But anyway, thanks again, guys, for tuning in, and hopefully I will see you guys again tomorrow.